What's it take to get a marriage off the ground? Most would say love and a nice ring. But in the real world, I'm afraid, that's not enough. In the real world, you have to affirm your intent to get married. Now, if you've ever taken any courses in positive thinking, you've learned that affirming things is simple, and it doesn't cost anything. For example, I can affirm that I'm tall. No one's going to doubt me, no one's going to charge me for it. But when you're dealing with marriages and dealing with governments, things are different. It's going to cost you. You see, I just can't affirm, hey universe, I'm single, let's get married. That'd be too easy. Nobody would make any money off it. I have to affirm it, and then I have to allow as many governments as possible to charge me.
The initial stop was the heavily guarded and costly maintained U.S. Embassy. I needed to sign an affidavit that I'm single, and the U.S. Embassy has to stamp it. My circumstances necessitated 2 copies at $50 a stamp.
I wish I could make $50 in 10 seconds of work.
The consular officials encouraged me to convince as many Americans as I could to get married abroad and bring them by the embassy for more easy embassy earnings. For every 20 suckers I brought in, the embassy promised me 1 free stamp on my next marriage, as long as it happens within 6 months. Then, the fiancée had to visit the Korean embassy to get her own affidavit stamped. The Koreans are a proud but forgiving race who do not wish to rape their citizens unless they really have to. No fee for matrimony, the Koreans stated. These stamped affidavits had to then be translated into Thai by a certified translator and, of course, stamped, all for more fees. Add another $30 to cover both translations. After this, we've only just begun. The Thai government wants a piece of the pie too, if you're getting married here. It's off to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs next, located near the old international airport in Bangkok in a sea of other government buildings. You have to apply for legalization of the original document and its translation. Another involved process with its own rules and regulations that all demand supervisor approval. People don't care about the long queues. True love barrels down all obstacles. Plenty of ideally matched couples brave the long lines to make their true love official. Fees here are relatively cheap if you don't mind coming back 3 or 4 days later to pick up the stamped documents. If you want same-day service, and what couple lost in the throes of premarital bliss wouldn't, all fees are doubled. Count on spending $55 and wasting your entire day.
The last step is taking all these documents that I paid so many different governments for and going to the local marriage registry office and giving them their cut. My last meal while I'm single. I wish there was a government stamp I could get to get rid of these nerves, but instead I just have to buy myself a beer.
Here it is, making it legal.
First up, you just have to sit here and wait your turn. They put you through the grilling process before they put you up on a steak and a pill.
At the registry office, forms must be double-checked and triple-checked. Do our statements add up? Are there any inconsistencies? Is our submission legitimate, or are we agents trying to infiltrate the Thai government? Thai bureaucrats need to find out. A marriage counselor is summoned to ask us if we're absolutely 100% sure we want to go through with this. If you want to back out now, she says, run out of this building as quickly as you can.
And the final step, we sign the forms, and this makes it legal. I'm sure you want to be my lovely little husband. Say the sign out. Sign here. This is it. I'm married.
Data is transcribed from our form into Thailand's central marriage databases. All I's must be dotted and T's crossed. Well, except that in the Thai language there are no I's or T's, but there are letters that need dotting or crossing, so assume the Thai officials are dotting and crossing those letters. And then it's the ultimate stamping and signing by the registry officer of the final document. Minutes feel like hours, until finally...
A marriage license, something I could frame, put on the wall, or maybe photocopy and give out as a holiday greeting card.